weight loss is not the answer to everything. Twisted, I still love, you know, a good chicken wing. I still love some ribs. I love a burger, but I'm exercising a lot more. I'm eating a lot more of the healthy foods, and then I'm eating less of the unhealthy foods. So I can still enjoy things that I like, but it's within moderation. Snatched. And one of the things I wanted to do is body sculpting. Hi guys, it's your girl Thaddy and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in for another video and let's get into it. Guys, I am so excited to do today's video because I just cannot believe that it has been 18 months since my surgery, which is mind-blowing. So I thought it would be great to do an updated video for you guys and share my results now that I'm at a weight that I'm pretty happy with. It was a good time to show you guys the progress, talk about these last few months, what's been working, what's not working, all that good stuff. So yeah, let's jump right into the video. So if you've been following my weight loss journey, my gastric sleeve journey, then you'll know that I had a gastric sleeve surgery back in March 2023 and we're now in October 2024. So yeah, it's been a year and a half and I went and had my surgery in Turkey. So since having that surgery, I've now officially lost over 5 stone. It's about 75 pounds I've lost, and that is counting from my heaviest weight, which was just before the surgery, to now my current weight, which is my lightest weight that I have been since the surgery. So I'm now at my happy weight and I'm really happy with my results from following the weight loss. Sorry, just to pause, I did the maths and it's actually 80 pounds, well about 80 pounds that I've officially lost, but I'll say it varies between about 75 to 80 pounds because my weight does fluctuate during the month based on, you know, different factors like how healthy I've been eating, time of the month, all that good stuff, but also every pound matters. Yes, it's about 75 to 80 pounds that I've lost. But anyway, I was saying I'm now at my healthy weight, at a weight that I'm quite happy with. My body, I'm quite happy with, you know, the size that I am. And again, it's not just about the numbers, but for me, one of the big things was I wanted to be happy with what I saw in the mirror. I wanted to feel good again. As you guys already know, I've said that, you know, when I was unhealthy or when I was a lot bigger, I just wasn't happy anymore with what I was seeing in the mirror, and I also wasn't taking care of my body. So it's really been a journey, and of course there have been ups and downs, and I've shared some of those with you guys on my channel. But honestly, I'm so glad that I did it and I'm so happy with where I'm at today. I don't want to make it seem like it's been an easy ride because it absolutely hasn't. To get to where I am today, I've had to put in that work, and you know, now that I'm at my healthier weight, I do find that I think there is times where people question, you know, like the surgery route, or is it the easy option, is it the easy way out? And it's honestly not. I was even having this conversation earlier today with someone, and I think it was they were asking along the lines of, you know, would I recommend the surgery to someone? And honestly, I would. If I would recommend it to someone who was, you know, seriously overweight, like morbidly obese, and you know, they were really struggling to lose weight naturally. If you're just a little bit overweight, then you know, surgery is a very drastic route to take. But I think if you're in a position where you are struggling to lose that weight naturally, and also people suffer from so many different things that can cause them to not be able to eat healthier or not be able to exercise, or you know, losing weight is not easy. If it was easy, we would all do it. We wouldn't have to, you know, have surgery, use Ozempic and all these other things. So choosing to go down the surgery route is not an easy option, and I think if your health is seriously on the line, it is something to consider, because for me it has been life-changing. It has, you know, I feel so much better, so much healthier, and I'm going to talk more about this as we get into that video. But I found that, you know, the surgery, the gastric sleeve was a tool that really worked for me. And again, I've said this before, it's not something for everyone. It doesn't work for everybody. Some people get the gastric sleeve and they don't lose any weight, or they regret it, or things go wrong. So it's not for everybody. It's not like a light decision to take, but I think if your health is seriously causing you serious implications, then it's something to consider. So to get to where I am today, I've had to put in that work, and I'll be honest, for me, like I'm really happy with my results, and also because I put in that work over these last few months. I've really been trying to get my exercise in, eating right. You guys, if you follow me on my fitness page, or even on my main Instagram page, I'll link those below, you'll see that there was periods of time where I was really pushing myself to get like 10,000 steps in, sometimes 15,000, sometimes even 20,000 steps a day, which is a lot. It's not easy. I've been trying to exercise more. I've been trying to overcome my gym anxiety and just pushing myself to get into the gym, or pushing myself to try different things like tennis, or trying to get into running a little bit, or just trying different things that are good and that are healthy and that will help me reach a healthy weight and a healthy body, and that has also included having to make healthier decisions when eating. Again, with the surgery, you don't just suddenly wake up the next day and you only want healthy food. Like, once you get back to a good place, you start to crave those normal things. You start to crave your KFC or your salsa and oxtail, or whatever your cheat meal is. You will crave those things, especially if you're hanging out with your friends and your family. You're going to want those things, and the thing is, you just can't eat them in the same size of portion, which is the benefit, but the cravings don't go away. So you're still having to work on food control. You're still having to eat the right foods. You're still having to have a balanced diet. So just because you have the surgery, it doesn't come naturally. It's something that comes with time, but I've found that it has been easier to build those healthy habits now that I've had that surgery, and that's something that I need to work on for the rest of my life. That's something that I struggled with before having the gastric sleeve, but it's something that I seem to be working on now, and I want to keep working on that for the rest of my life, because I also don't want to let these amazing results go down the drain. 5 years from now, I don't want to put on all that weight and then now it's like all that money has gone down the drain. I risked my life for nothing and I'm back to square one. So you still have to keep putting in that work, but at the end of the day, you will get those results. So for me, the whole weight loss journey, the whole surgery journey, it has been positive, especially these last few months when I've started to, when the last bit of the weight has really come off and I'm starting to get my confidence back. Like I feel so much healthier. I am healthier. I track things like my BMI or my weight on the scales, even just with like the clothes that I wear. I do try and monitor that, and that's not necessarily for everybody. Things like BMI, they say that you can't really trust it fully and you shouldn't completely rely on the numbers on a scale, but for me, things like that work. That's not to say that if I'm 1 pound over what I want to be or 1 kg over, I'm losing my mind. But for me, it helps me to manage my weight, to know roughly where I'm at. It's a lot of it is more about how I feel on the inside, which I'll touch on when it comes to like exercise and things, but also having a guideline of what the numbers are saying on the scale really helps me, because like sometimes when you look in the mirror, maybe you've had a lot to eat. I don't know about you guys, but I can get bloated, and then if I see that in my head, I might think, oh, I've gained a lot of weight, or I look some type of weight, and then I step on the scale and the number is the same. So sometimes it can be reassuring just to see or have an idea of where you are, but also like I said, don't be losing sleep on what the numbers say. Like, I'm not like killing myself over these numbers. I just have a healthy weight range that I would like to be at, and that's based on my size, just based on my body, and as long as I'm sort of within that or close to that, I'm happy, because again, I'm so much healthier now than I was 18 months ago. I also find that I just like I like what I see in the mirror now. Like when it comes to even shopping and things, like I enjoy it again. I did get to a bit of a point where, you know, I was just keeping things simple, or, you know, just play it safe, buy clothes that were baggy. I was always trying to cover up. Whereas now I'm like, actually, let me try something a little bit different. Let me wear a bit of color. Let me wear a bit something that's backless. Let me not worry if I have to wear a body shaper underneath. And of course, I still get those concerns, but not all the time. Now I actually feel like I know how to dress again, and you know, I'm getting my style back. I'm starting to wear things that I used to wear in the past that I stopped wearing because I just lost that confidence, or I didn't like how it looked on me anymore. So now I enjoy getting dressed up. Like, I've always loved fashion. I've always been into my fashion bag, and it just feels fun again to be doing those things, and I'm really enjoying that. And that's honestly one of the benefits of having lost this weight. Of course, losing a huge amount of weight is not just, you know, all rainbows and flowers and daisies. There is also some, not negatives, I guess, but challenges, or, you know, consequences, I guess. I don't know what the right term is, but there is the other side of things as well. So one thing that I've found anyway with gastric sleeve surgery, you can't eat a lot of portions, or you can't eat big portions rather. So now that I'm 18 months post-op, I can eat a lot more food than I could, you know, last year or even just a few months ago. But I'm not back to eating like full portion sizes. So sometimes I do find it comfortable, like if I've going out with friends for dinner, and you know, like they'll order their normal size portions, and sometimes I'll order like a normal size portion too, but I'll only be able to eat half the food, and people are looking at me like, is it because you didn't enjoy it, or you didn't like it, or are you starving yourself? And it's no, I just genuinely can't finish this food, because I'm now in a place where if I feel full, I'm not going to finish the food, because you get this feeling of just feeling stuffed, you know, when you've like overeaten and you actually feel sick. I've done it so many times that it's an uncomfortable feeling, and I've taught myself now that it's not a good place to be in. I don't want to keep pushing my limits. So I'm at that stage now where once I'm full, I just stop. Like, I don't like the discomfort of feeling so full. So yeah, that can be a bit uncomfortable. Or, you know, especially if you've gone out for a meal with like one person and it's just the two of you, and you know, they're eating their food and you're eating half your food, and they're like, why are you not finishing? Because I don't go around saying to everybody, by the way, I can only eat half a portion because I've had gastric sleeve. So that can be uncomfortable, and people might wonder, well, why don't you just order a smaller portion? But that sometimes happens too, even with the smaller portions. Or, you know, if somebody's ordering a main meal and I'm ordering a starter, and then it's just like, is that all you're having? And maybe that's something that's in my head, because with my friends, to be honest, they don't judge me or anything like that, and they all know that I've had surgery. Like, it's not a secret. So they're like, oh, when I stop eating, they're like, oh, you're full, like that's it, no questions asked, and I just pack my food and take it home. So it's not an issue with them. But sometimes if it's like, you know, a big group of people, or if it's people that I maybe don't often eat with and they don't know the situation, it can feel a bit uncomfortable. But hey, that's just part of it, I guess. Another thing that I've sort of found following the surgery or following the weight loss is, I don't know if this is the right word, but almost like an imposter syndrome. Like, when people comment on how much weight I've lost and, you know, saying well done, sometimes I also almost feel guilt, or like I don't want to take credit for all the weight loss and be like, yeah, that was me, which is a difficult one, because yes, I had the surgery, which is a tool to help me lose weight, but like I said earlier, surgery doesn't necessarily work for everybody. So I could have had the surgery and it might not have worked, or I could have had the surgery and put the weight back on. So I don't know, so I just feel a bit of guilt sometimes, and like, I don't know, I find it hard to take the compliment, I guess, when people say, you know, well done on losing so much weight, which I should do, because I've put in a lot of work. Like, you guys have seen the past vlogs where I was walking lots, I was trying to get into running a little bit, I was trying to get into the gym a bit more, I was upping my protein intake, I was eating better food. So I've put in the work. Like, it's not been easy. I didn't just have surgery and then next day I woke up only wanting to eat healthy food and exercise. That was not the case. Like, I've had to put in that work, and I'm so glad I have done, and I still am. I'm still, you know, trying to overcome my gym anxiety, even if that means going to the gym twice a week. For me, that is a win. I'm happy with that, because there's periods where I've not gone to the gym for 5 weeks. So if I can go to the gym twice a week, I'm so happy with that. If I can go for a 30-minute walk at lunchtime, that's a win to me, because all those small things, they really add up. So I think that's something that I just need to work on, that like I can take credit for that work. Yes, I had the help of the surgery, which was an amazing tool, but I've also put in that work. I've also been walking and running and eating right and drinking my water and just trying to make better decisions. So that's just something that I'm working on, and hopefully over time I will be able to overcome that, I guess. Another thing that I've sort of found following like drastic weight loss is, and this is not even just tied to weight loss surgery, but probably more with weight loss surgery, is there is a little bit of sagging skin. It's not like serious sagging skin, and you know, I don't want to be dramatic, because there's some people who have sagging skin that's way worse, and again, sagging skin is not even the worst thing in the world, but I think people who lose weight naturally or slower, their skin probably does tend to like get its shape back a bit more normal or quicker, whereas, you know, if you've had that weight loss, you will get a bit of sagging skin. And I found that, you know, just a little bit on my arms or my stomach, that there is a bit of that loose skin. But for me, I don't even let it hold me back. Like, I mean, I'm not someone who goes around like wearing bikinis or like crop tops or anything like that anyway, so putting my stomach away or hiding it is not a big deal for me, but I'm not gonna let it stop me. Like, in all honesty, I'm happy with the way I look. Of course, I'm not perfect. Would I like to have some improvements? Yes. But am I happier with how I look now than I was back then? Absolutely. Am I going to let the way my body looks stop me from going out? Absolutely not. But that's just one thing to factor in, that, you know, there will be a little bit there might be a bit of loose skin, but honestly, if you're healthier on the inside, that's the big win. Like, ultimately, that is the thing that matters the most. I think one thing as well that I just want to add, like, weight loss is not the answer to everything. Like, there is still some things that I'm dealing with now that I was dealing with before, and like, I'm a lot happier these days. And again, that's probably to do with also not just the weight loss itself, but I have healthier habits. You know, I'm going out more as in, you know, hanging out with my friends or going out for walks more, just trying to take accountability of how I'm feeling, trying to process my thoughts. I'm in the gym a little bit more, I'm eating healthier, and all those things help you to feel good. Like, the girlies were right, getting those steps in, going for those walks, it does make you feel good. So, like, weight loss is not the answer to everything. It's not gonna fix all your problems, but building healthy habits definitely works, and that, you know, that itself comes with weight loss, with healthy weight loss anyway. Personally, I don't have any regrets from this weight loss surgery. For me, it needed to be done. It came at the right time. Could I have lost this weight without surgery in that amount of time? I don't know. I don't know if I could have lost that much. I could have lost this weight, yes, but not in that amount of time. And honestly, like, my health was just really in a bad place. I needed to do something that was drastic. Surgery was drastic, but my health just was not good. And I'm glad I did it. Like, it's sad, I guess, that that's the route that I had to take, but I'm glad that it worked for me. I'm happy with where I am at today. I'm now starting to build those healthy habits, and you know, it would have been so nice to have been able to build those healthy habits naturally. But like I said, if weight loss was easy, none of us would get surgery, none of us would get Ozempic, none of us would get gastric bands. We would all just lose weight easy peasy, lemon squeezy, but it's not, and I'm glad that I'm in the position where I am now. So 18 months on now, I am in a place where I'm working to pretty much maintain the weight that I'm at. If I lose you know, 1 or 2 pounds, maybe like 5 pounds maximum, I won't be mad at that. But if I don't lose 5 pounds, I'm also not mad at that. If I stay at the weight I am right now for the rest of my life, I'm good. Like, I will not be mad at that. So what I've been doing lately is, yeah, just trying to maintain the weight. And what I'm doing is, now that we're getting into winter, it is a bit harder to get out and go for walks, because I really enjoy walking. Like, over these last few months, I've really enjoyed my walks. I really enjoy going out, putting on a podcast or listening to some good music and just going for like a 5 mile walk. That's like my go-to, especially after work. Like, my job can be quite stressful sometimes, so I look for, it's when it's summer, I look forward to finishing up at 5 and getting out that door and just getting my steps in. But now that it's winter, it is a bit of a struggle. I don't go out after work and do 5 miles because I'm not walking in the dark. I'm just the girl. So I'll usually try and go for a walk during my lunch break. So I get a 1 hour lunch break, and my walk is usually about 45 to 55 minutes, and that's usually about 2.5 to 3 miles, which is good for me because that helps me to get about 8,000 steps a day, or about 7,000, 8,000 steps, I think, which is close to my target, because I still want to try and get 10,000 steps, but it has been really challenging during winter. So if I can go out for my lunchtime walk, then that's good. And then these past 2 weeks, I've also been trying to get back into the gym, so I'm just keeping it at a minimum. So far I've been doing 2 gym workouts for the past 2 weeks. 2 gym workouts a week for the past 2 weeks. So ideally I want to get to a place where I'm doing about 3 workouts a week minimum, but right now the fact that I'm in the gym is the main thing, because like I've said it before, I get gym anxiety. If there's I check the Pure Gym app and it tells you how many people are there, so if it's a number that I don't like, I'm not going. Which I need to overcome, because guys, it's just part of the journey, but I'm learning and I'm getting better. So I'm really proud that these last 2 weeks I got back into the gym, because before that, the last time I'd been in the gym was 5 weeks ago, 5 weeks before. So the baby steps. But yeah, I'm trying to overcome that gym anxiety, and what I'm doing in the gym is I'll then do the 12-3-30 workout, which I've mentioned before. If you don't know about it, ask in the comments and I will let you know. But it is so good. It gets your heart racing, but you get your steps in and you get your walking in. So I do that, and then I'll usually do like 15 minutes on the stepper machine. Again, that will get your heart racing, but that's it. That's what we want. That's the goal, and that's usually my workout. So I'm in the gym for about an hour maximum, so not even that long at all. In the few weeks before, when I was going to the gym kind of consistently, I was keeping the workout even shorter. I would normally go into the gym for about 30 minutes. I would literally set a timer, do a 5-minute warm up, then set my 30-minute timer, and just do weights for 30 minutes, and then do like a 5-minute cool down, and that was it. And I've found that that works for me. I'm not someone who can be in the gym for an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours. Some people enjoy that, but I'm not at that stage yet. I am finding that I'm enjoying exercising, but again, my gym anxiety just does not let me be in the gym for too long. So I'm doing what works for me, and what works for me is keeping my workouts short and sweet, and that's effective for me. So if I can go in for 30 minutes for a couple of times a week, I find that I actually end up going more. Whereas if I say to myself, right, I'm gonna go to the gym for an hour and a half or 2 hours, I then don't enjoy that, and then I dread it, and then I find that it puts me off going to the gym for a long time. So for me, short and sweet works, and it's all about consistency. So that's something that you can try as well. If you feel like, how do I get into the gym, or I don't want to be in the gym for a long time, short and sweet does the trick, honestly. Like, you don't have to be there for a lifetime. On the topic of exercise as well, so earlier this year, when I wasn't working, I took a couple of months off work, and that worked quite well for me, because it actually gave me time to focus on my health. So during that period, I was really getting a lot of steps in. I was doing, walks, 5, 6, 7 mile walks, and I would really push to get, 10,000 steps, 15,000 steps, sometimes I'd hit 20,000 steps, and I really enjoyed that period of time. I think that really helped to the weight loss, the progress, and also it helped with this, you know, my body like maintaining a good figure. Like I wasn't losing weight so fast that, you know, I was getting like loose skin, but also I was toning up as I was losing that weight, so that really worked for me. And during that time as well, I also kind of started getting into running a little bit. Like I'm not a runner, but I want to get into running, and I've not run in a while, to be honest, but it's something that I somewhat enjoy, I guess. So during that period, I was sort of doing like going for runs where I would, you know, walk for a few minutes, run for a few minutes, walk for a few minutes. Sometimes it was even running for like a minute, and, you know, then walk, run for a minute, walk. Whatever worked for me, I was doing that, and I would do a couple of miles with that. So that seems to work for me. But I've also, I think one thing that I found was that I was doing long distances, which I was really struggling with, because, you know, I'm not a runner. So now I've found that when I have been running, I've decided to just shorten my runs. So during summer, I would go out for runs on my lunch break, and this would be a super short run. It would literally be like 30 minutes, but not 30 minutes of continuous running. It was like run for 5 minutes, walk for a minute, run for a couple of minutes, walk for a couple of minutes, that kind of thing. But I just kept my distance short. It was almost more like a sprint. So instead of doing a long run, a long and slow run, I found that I prefer to do a short and quick run, because one thing about me, you guys are probably noticing, I like to get things done quickly. That's why, you know, in the gym I'm only doing a 30-minute workout, because I just want to go in, do what I need to do, and get out. So with the running, I found that I just need to keep it short, do my run, and be done. And that again has worked for me. I'm not someone who is trying to be running 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 miles. One day I would love to, but I'm not there yet. So for me, I've found keeping my runs quite short, quite quick, gets my heart racing, the calories are coming, the calories are getting burnt, the sweat is coming now, and I'm happy. The workout is done, and I call it a day. So I've been really enjoying that as well. I've not been running recently, again, just because life, and it's more been the walking side of things, but it's something that I do when I get back into. So in the new year, I will definitely be pushing myself. But for now, it's just going to be, you know, the walking and the gym workouts. In terms of food, I have much better self-control now. Like when I think back to some of my eating habits, I see how I got to where I was. But now I still, don't get it twisted, I still love, you know, a good chicken wing, I still love some ribs, I love a burger, but my diet is so much better. During the week now, I actually do eat a lot healthier. You know, sometimes for lunch and dinner and things like that, I'll have like soups, I'll have salads, I still eat like rice and normal food, but I have much better self-control. So that has really helped me to maintain my weight. And at the weekend, you know, I do let loose a little bit more. I enjoy myself, and I don't say no to a sweet treat. Like if I want to have a donut, I'm gonna have a donut. If I want to have sweets, I'll have sweets. But I now know that, you know, I can't eat a whole packet of donuts, or I can't be eating a donut and then ice cream and then crisps and then all of that. So I've got much better control now. I'm able to have a better balanced diet, I guess. And I enjoy my food because now it's like, instead of just binging on takeaways or unhealthy food all the time, I actually appreciate it, because it's like, do you know what? I actually worked really hard for that. I was in the gym today, so actually I can enjoy myself. Or, you know what, this week I've eaten really healthy, so at the weekend I do deserve to let go and, you know, to have a bit of a cheat meal or a treat. And I think for me that helps to keep me on track as well, because I don't want to, you know, ban myself or limit myself to not eating things that I enjoy. Food is to be enjoyed, but it's to be enjoyed within reason, within balance. And that was the problem in the past. I was just eating and not exercising enough, not eating the healthy foods enough. Whereas now I'm exercising a lot more, I'm eating a lot more of the healthy foods, and then I'm eating less of the unhealthy foods, so I can still enjoy things that I like, but it's within moderation. And ultimately that's what I wanted. That's why I got this surgery, because I still wanted to eat the food that I liked, but I just wanted to eat it in moderation, and I struggled with that before the surgery, but now I have that much better self-control. Another thing that I found as well that helped me when I was really losing the weight, I've probably said it before, but using MyFitnessPal to track what food I was eating and my calories. Now this is an amazing app, and I've used this even before the surgery. I used it when I was doing keto diet, when I was doing all these other things, tracking calories before the surgery. So it's such a good app, and it just helped me to stay accountable for what I was eating. So I would totally recommend that. But I'm gonna do a proper video on kind of maintaining my weight, what I've been doing, what I've been working, touching more on that, just to give you guys, you know, sort of an update or share what's working for me, because I know there's a lot of people who've been asking about things like this, or people who have gone on to have surgery and left comments below. So I want to be able to share, you know, what I found that worked for me, so that if it helps anybody else, then that'll be ideal. Guys, another thing that I found that really worked for me was getting a fitness tracker. So I decided to invest in the Garmin watch, and it was a little bit pricey, and one thing about me is I don't like to waste money. So with that, I actually found that I pushed myself a little bit more in terms of like tracking my steps. So I got the Garmin watch, and I would recommend getting some sort of fitness tracker or step counter, because that really worked for me. It doesn't necessarily have to be a pricey one. Like the first one that I initially bought was from Amazon for about £30, I think, and it did the job. It used to track my steps, but as I got more invested in my health journey, I decided to invest in a Garmin watch, because it tracked my steps a lot more accurately. But I could also track my gym workouts, I could track my sleep, a lot of other features and benefits that I liked and that I found useful. So I definitely recommend getting some sort of fitness tracker for your health journey as well. So guys, now that I'm at my healthy weight, my maintenance weight, I don't know what the right terminology is, but yeah, now that I'm at a weight that I'm trying to maintain, there's a lot more things that I can enjoy now, I guess, because during the weight loss journey, you know, I actually didn't like buy a lot of clothes. I would just buy simple basics, just because I knew I was losing weight and I didn't want to go out of my way to buy new clothes knowing that they'd only fit for a short period of time. But now that I'm at a place where my weight is not going to be falling off or changing drastically, I can finally, you know, let go of some of those old clothes, because I don't plan on going back there. And I've really been enjoying buying some new clothes, updating my wardrobe, and just getting my groove back. And also there's a couple of things that I've wanted to get done, I guess, or things that I wanted to look into following weight loss, just to get my body to the place where I really want it to be fully snatched. And one of the things I wanted to do is body sculpting. So when MyChway reached out to me to review their body sculpting machine, I thought this is perfect timing, because this is actually something that I looked into before surgery, because I was already planning ahead for when I got my dream body, all the things that I was gonna do to get that. So this couldn't have come at a more perfect time. So MyChway kindly sent me their 5-in-1 cavitation machine, which essentially allows me to do body sculpting at home. Like, is that not a win? So I'm going to show you guys the machine, and then show you guys how to use it, and also some of the progress from the last few weeks. So body sculpting, or I think it can also be called body contouring, is essentially a non-invasive way or non-surgical way to not change the shape of your body, but to shape it a little bit nicer. So it involves things like skin tightening, sculpting, all that good stuff to help any sort of loose skin and get you snatched in all the right places. So with the machine that I have, you can essentially use this on pretty much all the different parts of your body. So the machine itself comes with all these different heads here. So I've got 5 different ones, and you can use this on your arms, on your legs, on your stomach, on your back, even your face as well, and your neck as well. So essentially anywhere that you would want skin tightening. Now for me, my main area is my stomach, because that's the part where I've got the most loose skin, and that's really the sort of only concerning area for me. So that's where I've been using this machine, well, not this handle, but this machine to tighten my skin. So there's a couple of handles here, and I'll tell you guys about the different ones and then where you can use them. So I initially first heard about body sculpting through, you guys probably know her, there's this YouTuber called Lori Lux, and she used to talk about, I think she used to get like wood, I don't know what you call it, like wooden sculpturing, or I don't know, some kind of like non-surgical work anyway to her body, and she looks amazing, she looks so good. So she's talked about some of those, the work, like the non-surgical work that she's had done on her channel. So I just started researching things from the back of that, and that's how I found out about body sculpting. So yeah, with this machine that I've got, you get 5 different handles. So the first one that I've got here is the vacuum and bipolar handle. So this one does actually do a little bit of sculpting, as you can see here. Guys, the first time I used this, I was I was scared, because it actually like sucks your skin. So I didn't know what I was doing, and like I'd read the instructions, but you know, you're just figuring things out, and I definitely did it wrong. But if you do buy this machine, drop me a message so that I can help a girl out, because if you do it wrong, it is painful. So make sure you do it the right way, make sure you read the instructions, and you will actually see the results. So you've got that handle. So yeah, with this handle, that's the suction one. So I've been using this on my stomach area, because that's where, like I said, I want my skin tightened the most. But you can also use it on your arms, on your back, on your legs, so any area that you know there is quite a big bit of skin and you can you want it tightened. Then you also get the polar RF handle, and this one has the 6 heads on it. So I've also been using this one, just giving it a wee clean. I've also been using this one on my stomach area, and this has the RF lights, like a red light on it, so essentially I guess burning the fat and, you know, stimulating the collagen so that it starts tightening your skin. You also get the 40K cavitation handle here, and this one targets the deep fat cells, or the deep fat tissue rather, using ultrasound. So this one is quite strange, because when you use it, you actually get, you know, that ringing in your ears. I think it's called tinnitus, I don't know what you call it, but when you're using this, you get that ringing, and it's because of the ultrasound. It's so strange. Like when I first used it, I was like, is this normal? But yes, they actually explain that in the user manual, so I dread that. And I'd also seen other YouTube videos where people talked about it, so thankfully it wasn't like a shock to my system, but it was still a shock, because I'm like, oh, this is happening. But yeah, that's what this one does, and it does get warm, so when you're using it, just keep moving it on your body. I have clips of me using it, so you guys will see, you know, how it works, and I'll also show you the products that I use with the different handles. And then you also get the RF polar handles, this one with the 4 and this one with the 3, and these ones are for like your face and your neck. Now I've not actually tested this out on my face and neck yet, but I do want to, because I've noticed that since the drastic weight loss, my face is a little bit saggier than it used to be. Obviously my face used to be a bit more plump, but yeah, I'm keen to test these out. But I wanted to try out the other handles on my stomach area first before, you know, putting these on my face, just to be sure. But yeah, these are good for helping with skin tightening and skin elasticity. So when you're using the different handles, you don't put them you put them directly on your skin, but you need to have like some sort of product or something, like a gel or something on your skin just to make it smoother, and I think just for safety as well. So the machine that I got, the company also sent me this facial gel, which I did use a little bit, but I wasn't that keen on the texture of it, so I actually decided to use the Vaseline Cocoa Radiant Body Oil. It's basically done, like you guys can see. It's been used basically. But I saw another girl on YouTube using this and she recommended it, so I decided to use it as well, and I really like it. I prefer it to that facial gel that I showed you guys. So anything kind of like this, I know there's, you know, other brands like Palmer's, they do body oil, so anything that's hydrating but also that gives you that smooth slippery texture, it just makes the whole body sculpting experience a lot smoother. So this is a salon quality machine, and of course that means, you know, do your research, find out more about body sculpting. Like I said, I'd already done research on it, so it wasn't something that was new to me, but if you're considering buying it, definitely do some research, do a bit of digging, watch some YouTube videos before you go and buy the machine. So the machine itself costs about $275, which in pounds is about £250, I would say, which is actually really reasonable, because when I was looking for body sculpt treatments, they just sort of ranged from about £75 to about £100 per session. The sort of best price that I saw, I think it was like £300 for 3 sessions. So this machine itself, if it's costing you about $275, you're essentially getting your money's worth with after 3-4 sessions, which that's a big one to me. And also I love that I can do this at home. So earlier on when I was doing it today, I was actually just watching Netflix while doing my body sculpting, and that's just so convenient. Like, it just saves so much time. You don't have to go to a salon or a spa or anywhere else. You can just do it at home, and you can keep your sessions short. So when I did it today, it was a 45-minute session, so it was slightly longer, but I was doing 15 minutes of one handle, then 15 minutes of the next one, and then 15 of another one. But you can change it up. I think they recommend to do about 30 minutes to about an hour maximum, and you should take a few days rest in between. So when I do it, I'll usually sort of wait about 3-4 days. So over these last few weeks, I've not gone in excessively with the body sculpting, and again, it's because I didn't want to overdo it. It's early days, so I just wanted to test it out slowly but surely, see what the results are like, and then up it as I see the results. So when you're using the machine as well, so there's different settings and different modes, but my recommendation is to start low. So I think it goes up to level like 9 for the different energies you'll see on the machine itself. But the first few times that I used the machine, guys, I literally started at level 1, level 2, and that's what they recommend. I don't recommend going in high unless you've used this machine before, or unless you've done body sculpting before. But like I said, this is new to me. I've never done it officially. I've done research, but I've not done it before, so your girl wanted to play it safe, so I very much kept it to about 1, 2, 3 maximum level before even increasing it. And with that, I could feel the machine working. I could feel like you actually feel the sensations and the skin tightening, and you do see the results. So definitely start slow, because there's no rush with this. It's not an overnight thing, but take your time and you will see the results. And they also strongly recommend that you drink loads of water, which is something I'm already doing anyway. I stay with my cup of water right here, but make sure you're drinking your 2 liters of water, and even more during the days when you are going to be doing your body sculpting, because that really makes a difference. So with the body sculpting, you don't necessarily need to be on a diet or anything like that, but we all know that healthy eating will help the results. So since I've been in the gym recently, I'm really hoping that, you know, with the gym and then with the body sculpting, I'm gonna get my skin snatched. I'm excited for that skin tightening. There's also anti-aging benefits with this. So like I said, I haven't started using the face handles yet, but this girl is gonna be looking 20 years younger. She's gonna be looking 7 years old. But yes, there is anti-aging benefits with the body sculpting machine. So the machine itself is very easy to use, and MyChway do send you a user manual, so definitely read that, because without that, yeah, you might struggle a little bit, but once you read the manual, you're good to go. And in terms of the results, you start to see the full benefit after about 8 to 10 sessions. So I'm not there yet, but what I want to keep you guys on the journey. So once I get to about 8 to 10 sessions, I'll share another progress video. I'll include some pictures anyway of, like, you know, the before and afters, but I'll share another progress video or an update so that you guys can see the progress and see the results. But I'm really excited to see how my waist is gonna be snatched in a few weeks time. Now you guys know I stay looking out for you, so I have a discount code. So the code is your girl fatty, and you get $30 off, so we love that. So make sure to use that code, and I will leave it in the description box below and also on the screen for ease. But yeah, if you have any questions about, you know, my sort of journey with the body sculpting, let me know. Like I said, I'm not a professional, I'm just a girly who is trying to enhance her body, trying to enhance her results, and I'm just trying to get my waist snatched. So if we can do it together, let's do it. But yeah, if I can answer any questions, then definitely feel free to leave some comments below. But guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys for tuning in, and if you have any questions about the weight loss journey so far, or gastric sleeve, anything like that, feel free to leave them below and I will get back to you. And if you prefer to DM me on Instagram or anything, that's also cool too. Send me a message, I'm more than happy to get back to you. But as always, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one.